Hey, what is up everybody? My name is Rahul and in this video we'll be looking at a Pico CTF capture the flag competition, and the challenge description is try to recover the flag stored in this website. The name of the challenge is Super Serial, and as you can guess it is going to be a serialization and unserialization vulnerability. The hint that we have is that the flag is at /flag. Now here is the web URL. Let's just enter it and send it to the repeater tab, and let's just try to visit the /flag. As you can see, it will say 404 not found. So let's just try to URL encode it. Control C, and let's just send it to decoder. I have pasted it here, and as you can see, this is the URL encoded part. Let's again go to the repeater tab and send it. It will say 403 forbidden. So we are not allowed to access it. This could be because of a htaccess file that is put into place. So that is fine. So here we know that because of the challenge name, we know, or we can guess that it is a serialization unserialization vulnerability. So what you can do is you can look for SQL injection and whatnot, but it won't work because I have tried it. So let's just go to the robots.txt file and see if it is there. It is part of a reconnaissance journey. So as you can see, it says there is a file called admin.phps. So let's just go there. As you can see, it will say a not found. So we do not have admin.phps, but this gives us a hint that there might be files with .phps extensions. So let's just see index.phps. Let's just intercept the request and hit enter, send it to repeater, intercept off, and as you can see, we do get the PHP code. So this is the beauty of .phps files. So once it is if it is a .php file, it will end up executing all of this. But if it is .phps file or any other file for that matter, it will show you the PHP code as well. Just a heads up, I wasn't able to solve this challenge because of the reasons that you will see later. So I had to look up a write-up. So this is something that I learned in the write-up, and it helped me a lot. So this is the index.phps page, and it is requiring a cookie.php file. So it is importing a cookie.php script. Now it will see, as you can see, it is expecting a .user and a password parameter. It is sending to the new permissions class. Now as you can see, there is no new permissions class. So let's just again send it to the repeater tab, and let's see if there is a permissions class in the cookie.phps file. As you can see, we do get the class permissions right over here. So let's just see. Whatever what it will do is it is sending it to the permissions class, and there is an output being generated. Now that depending upon that output, if you are a guest, because there will be an output. So if you, depending on that output, if you are guest or you are admin, there will be a cookie generated accordingly. So what will happen is the cookie that is coming from here, it will first serialize it, base64 encode it, and then URL decode it and set it to login. So first of all, what we need is a login cookie to get this attack, and then it will send you to authentication.phps. So again, let's send it to repeater and see if there is an authentication.phps file as well. So sorry, just copy it. As you can see, we do get this file. Now let's understand the workflow. We know that from the admin.phps, from index.phps, it is sending the username and the password right here. So what we'll do, what it does is there is a constructor in place which is accepting the username and the password and then saving it in the username and the password variables. Now this is a function right over here. This is considered a bit dangerous function to use, and this is one of the reasons I couldn't go further because I didn't know how to exploit it. Now there are two functions, is guest and is admin right here. So before that, let's go to the is set cookie. So it will check if there is a cookie by the name of login. If there exists, first it will URL decode it, then base64 decode it, and then unserialize it in the beginning. and then it will first send it to, it will store all the parts of the cookie in the dot, in the dollar permission file, in the dot, in the permission variable, and then it will call the guest function. It will check if the username is guest, and then it will check if the user is an admin user. If it is, then it will send it to the index.phps and things will happen accordingly as we just saw here. But if for some reason there is an error, it will show you the deserialization error, and that is our goal over here, because we can't get anything from here. Even if you are an admin user, you might not end up getting anything, but our goal here is to see the flag. So first of all, we'll have to cause a deserialization error. So I do not think we'll be able to forge a cookie, and then, because if you are not admin, then by default you are a guest, so you will not be able to cause this error anywhere soon. So what you can do is, there is another class called, and another file called authentication.php. So there is a class called access.log, and if you see here, there is the same similar function called __toString that we just saw in the cookie.phps file right here. So what it does is, it will call the read log function, and as you can see, what the read log function does is, it will fetch the file contents from a variable called log file. So if I assign a variable called log file and give it /flag to that variable, and then call the variable from the access_log class, I might be able to bypass this class permissions, because as you can see, it is calling the permissions class. So I will not be able to cause any problem. But if I were to call a function from some other class and give it a /flag file, I might be able to cause some error, and then I might get the flag. So for that reason, I've got this script this online interpreter ready. Let's just copy the code, because I will be needing the class. I've copied it, and let's just paste it here, and let's just echo serialize and then we'll call the class new access_log, because the name of the class is access.log itself, and then let's call it flag. Let's call it the flag. Let's just run it, and as you can see, we get the deserialized object. Now all we have to do is, first of all, we'll have to URL encode it, then base64 decode it. Sorry, first we have serialized it, and then we have to base64 encode it, because we'll have to go the opposite way. So let's just copy it, and let's just encode it as base64, and let's save a cookie by the name of login. So let's see, login, paste it here, and from the index.php page, we know that it will be sending us to authentication.php. So let's just go to authentication.php. I'm sorry about that. Let's just do it again. Let's copy it, and let's go to the repeater tab. Let's just search a cookie first, login, and let's just go to this page. As you can see, we get a deserialization error, and this is a flag for the challenge. So thank you guys, this is it for the video.